know if your marketing idea is a winner before you invest money in it. Now, in this video, I'm going to take you through the A/B testing we do in order to understand what headlines to use, how to create titles for blog articles, what sort of advanced capture function should we build to get people's contact details. Pretty much everything that we recommend for our clients, we test through ads first. And today we're going to look at why you want to understand statistical relevance in advertising so you don't go off too early on something that isn't actually a winning idea. So what I'm going to show you is some results from our very own campaign. In this campaign, we were testing different, what we call underlying needs. This is to say, what does the customer really want? I use the example often of someone buying a vacuum cleaner does not want a vacuum cleaner. In fact, no one wants a vacuum cleaner. What we want is to keep our house clean, to impress our mum when she comes around, to put in a minimum of effort to sweep the floor. All of these things are possible underlying needs. And if we can understand which one of those is most powerful to the most amount of people, then we can build our whole marketing system around it. In fact, it becomes very easy. So let's look at the data. And in our first test, what you will notice here is that some of the ads have many more views than the others. Now, under this example, what we're looking at is click-through rate, and there is a clear winner. And then there's a second one which is actually pretty close to it. This is ad number 7. And you might say, well, the click-through rates are pretty close to each other. We should probably use both of those. And the CPC is pretty close as well. So click-through rate is for every 100 people that view this, how many people clicked on the ad. Cost per click is how much it actually cost us. There is a direct relationship between both of those two things. We then ran a second set of tests. And here we have again, there are 5, maybe 6, which are really in a very similar range, although there are 2 clear front runners here. But again, there's quite a few that don't have as many impressions as ad 33. So what do you think is going to happen with all of these ads? When we now take these and we expand out the sample section to get everyone over 4,000 impressions, are all of the ads going to stay in the same position? And if they don't, what impact will that have on our marketing decisions? Let's have a look at the results. In test number 1, the 2 we were really interested in was ad 3 and ad 7 that had a 1.5 and a 1.33 CTR. And all of a sudden, 3 is still our front runner, but check it out. Number 7 has fallen away dramatically. Now it's up over 4,000 impressions. Its click-through rate is only 1%, 0.06. And the CPC has gone from 65 cents up to 84 cents. This is the pitfall of short-run statistical data, and why, really, to go even further than this, we would take these impressions way up over $10,000 or $20,000 each. Impressions each. The reason that we don't do that is because with so many variations, I think we were testing 40 or 50 variations, it would cost thousands of dollars. Well, we don't need to do that. We already know that the people at the bottom of the list aren't performing well. We only need to test the top. Let's look at our second test, the one where we had 5 or 6 that were all pretty similar. So as a reminder, here we are. Let's have a look at what happened. 30, 33, 37, 39 were all our front runners. Now, 30 has dropped to 0.122 from 0.147. Wow, that's a big drop. 33 has maintained. 33 hasn't moved actually because it had the same amount of impressions already. 39 and 36 are around 1.25 each. So 39 was a little bit higher, it's dropped. And 36, well, that has just fallen off a cliff. And what's really interesting is that this is backed up by our CPCs as well. So, are we at a point where this is statistically relevant enough for us? No, not quite yet. But what's the difference between a 1.25 and a 1.45 click-through rate? Well, let me put it to you this way. If you were going to go into a sales meeting right now, and I told you that I can give you an advantage of around about 16% chance of making a sale, would you take it? Or would you say, no, it's about the same chance, so I won't bother? That's the difference of testing. And you can just think about everything that you spend time on. You can see if it actually makes a difference. Particularly if you're going to invest in, we have one client who just invested $50,000 in videos before they actually knew what the market wanted from those videos. We have other clients that have created these giant multi-stage quizzes before knowing if people will fill them in. And of course, don't forget blogs. 90% of blogs that are written in the world never get read through organic search once. Not once. What would the impact be if those headlines had been tested so that you knew categorically that this will capture people's interest? What difference would that make to all the money and resources you're investing? At JMarketing, this is the science we use. We transform your gamble of marketing into a science. If you're interested, make sure you shoot me a message. Josh@jmarketing.agency. I'll speak to you soon.